Hello gang, and welcome to Displaying Model Behaviour, another episode of good news with quite an exciting brand new Batman. Is it going to be the quintessential one? Well, we're going to find out when we eventually get it in hand. Also, returning to good news, we got the cosplay cover artist and Artist Alley, backed by popular demand. Who am I to fly in the face of public opinion? So all that and a whole lot more on the only news that matters, and that's good news. I thought I would do another non-green screen, au naturel type show. A few people have said you kind of prefer this setup. Honestly, me personally, I'm not actually convinced, but let me know. Maybe I'll do a poll and see what's going to stick around. Or is it fun to chop and change? Anyway, we're not here to talk about that. What we're here to talk about is action figures, and specifically right now in this moment, the best Batman we may have seen. Or is it? From Gong Studios, they are giving us Hush Batman. And there's a whole lot to love, a few little caveats as well. So this is going to be released around about the end of next month. So before the end of the year, we should hopefully have this in hand. A few people already do, and they filmed some very pretty videos. Credit for them down below. But yes, this is available at various places. Bombusby is the one that I would go to if I wanted to order this. $75 as well. I'm not saying that's cheap, but it's not crazy either. And as far as Batman designs go, the Hush design, yeah, it's kind of, dare I say, a perfect Batman design. It's got the old school blue and gray, but then a bit more kind of serious and tactical as well. I really, really like that. The only caveat, and it is quite a big one that people have with Gong Studios figures, and I do as well, is that the suit is so tight, which is good, but because of that, it allows you to see like the articulation in the thighs. And with the Kingdom Come Superman, which I own, you can really see the thigh cuts through his tights, and it's like it doesn't look very aesthetically pleasing. Batman has the same problem, but at least with Batman, you know that, like, kayfabe-wise, he's wearing tactical padded gear under the cloth. So it kind of makes sense to see something that looks like padded armor underneath, so I can headcanon that away, and it makes sense to me. I'm okay with that. But also, one of the bad things is also kind of good. It's not a flaw, it's a feature. The reason you can see the articulation underneath so well is because the spandex style suit fits so tight. It's not like Mezco gets sometimes, where it looks like they're wearing a sock or in their pajamas. I found with the Gong Superman that it really does, it clings to the body. So it really looks authentic to a proper comic book suit. So Batman having the same kind of style and function, that's terrific. And the different type of material, the different material on the cape, that looks really nice as well. He's got the unmasked head with the cowl down. There's a lot to love here. So between Gong and InArt Studios and LPZZ, there are a lot of really great Batman figures out there. But this one, being so beautifully comic accurate in the Jim Lee style, potentially, I think it might be my favorite. Before I forget, because you know I'm going to, this show is sponsored by Legendsverse, who right now, and for only a couple of days, are having a 20% off sale on their lifetime membership. So you guys know Legendsverse. They're your one-stop shop for all of your action figure cataloging, correlating, and something else needs. The 3 C's, cataloging, correlating, and collaboratizing. Let's go with that. That's not the one, is it? But you can use the site entirely for free and log all of your action figures up to 50. But if you'd like to log more, then you can get a lifetime membership, and now with 20% off as well for the next couple of days. I think until Sunday. That's your deadline, and then it's back to normal. But they have every single toy line you can imagine on there, and then a few more. And don't come at me saying, oh, well, actually, they don't have this one, because chances are they're probably just about to add it. So go check out Legendsverse, enjoy 20% off, click the link in the description below, and that way they'll know that Model Behaviour sent you. And speaking of Batman, a hero is only as good as his villains, and oh boy, do we have a pretty good villain right here, courtesy of Muff Toys, aka whatever other name they go by. They go by many names, but Muff Toys is one of them. Can't think why I remember that one. We've got the Mutant Leader, but not the Mutant Leader. Got to be very clear on that. Legally, this is Jaeger, the war leader. But come on, we know exactly where we've seen this guy from before. Frank Miller's The Dark Knight. We got the big bad bruiser who beats the bejesus out of Batman. That was a lot of B's there. I could be writing newspaper headlines. Maybe in the good old roaring 20s. Big bad bruiser beats the bejesus out of Batman. More at 11. At 11, you don't time newspapers. Anyway, he looks awesome. When I first saw him, I thought he was that albino orc from the Hobbit movies. Nah, something way cooler. A big bad mutant with metal nipples. I really do dig this. So he's got a couple of different faces as well, and all three of them, they're all killer. From the to the love it, absolutely love it. And of course, it's 1/12 scale. The good Lord scale. Of course, the Jim Lee Hush Batman and the Mutant Leader, they're not in the same worlds, but who cares? Absolutely terrific. And also, this story had one of the most badass Batman moments where he comes back after getting beaten down by the Mutant Leader, and he's like, all right, let's try this again. And he wrestles him into the mud, and he's like, here, this is an operating table. And I'm a surgeon. Except he says it much cooler, especially in the animated version where it's RoboCop Peter Weller providing the voice. So yeah, all that being said, Chaos Studios, that's the other name. Chaos and Muff Studios. They've made this great looking mutant leader here. I really kind of love the look of him. Now, this is something I would never have predicted for my 2025 bingo card. We're getting a Rocket Star Sparkster. Is it Rocket Star? I needed to double check. But I mean, I remember this dude from my old 1990s Mega Drive Sega gaming days. This is a real blast from the past. Yeah, it's Rocket Knight Sparkster. That is the name of him. He's a possum, or is it Opossum? Is that the full name, Opossum? I still remember the commercials for this game in Marvel Comics from like 1994. It had a picture of a possum playing dead, and it said, when confronted with danger, most possums play dead. This one goes ballistic. And I'm like, okay, well, congratulations, marketing people. 35 years later, it's still up in there. And it looks really good. It's premium DNA. And they made the Earthworm Jim figures, which also look absolutely fantastic. But from what I understand, they're also a spin-off of Megalopolis. And was there some chicanery going on with owing people money from cancelled pre-orders? Oh, come on, Dave. You know there's a thing there. Help me out in the comments, please, gang. But these are being sold directly through the Konami store. Obviously, Konami being the video game publisher that owns the license to Rocket Knight. So it seems like, more of a legitimate, you're going through an actual store thing. You know what I'm saying. Dave's trying to talk about business, and you can see me breaking out in a cold sweat. What I can talk about is nostalgia and memories and things that I like, and I do like this. I love the Earthworm Jim ones as well, because they were just perfect 3D recreations of 2D characters. This, of course, Sparkster, came out right in the height, or maybe the tail end, of every big company trying to come up with an anthropomorphic cartoon mascot. So, of course, we got this adorable little dude here. Maybe he didn't stand the test of time, but all that means is that he's ripe for a comeback, and that's what we're getting here. Now, these are awesome and cute and ridiculous, and exactly. Nice words, Dave. I wanted to share them with you. These are not Blocky's Transformers, but Bayek. They certainly do remind me of the style. These are from a Japanese import company, so if you want to get hold of these or look out for when they're going to be up for pre-order, then the usual suspects, Gundamit, Ami, you know the ones to go for. And if you don't, comment below, and I'll see if I can find some links for you. But they're little mini combiners that you can put together like little Kinder Egg pieces, and oh my goodness, Bruticus, Predaking, so much cool stuff going on with here. Who's the other one? Bruticus, Predaking? I'll remind myself later. I'll check my crib notes. But I really love these. Blockies won me over, man, with their Energon Transformers line. Absolutely fantastic. I didn't realize just how satisfying and dopamine-inducing putting the little bits together would be, but they've won my heart. And now we've got this company doing the combiners. Yeah, absolutely. Sign me up. I'm not a big cutesy, chibi kind of person, but these just strike a chord. Because also, I don't have room for a full-on combiner type set in here. But a couple of the small little cute chibi style ones, yeah, I could absolutely get on board with that. Speaking of things that I can get on board with, Snail Shell and their waifu characters, they just get better and better. They just don't miss. I saw some previews of this lady, but I was like, nope, wait until we got the full reveals and all the info, then you can talk about them. So Dave's been chomping at the bit to give out about this warrior lady. Her full name, at least from the notes I've got here, pardon me if they get a little bit lost in translation, she's listed as Foxfire Warrior. Well, hey, that's good enough for me. I really do dig not just the aesthetic style of Snail Shell. Their designs for characters are always super fun, over the top, cheesecakey, just delightful. Delightful's the word, actually. It's a real good word to use when describing Snail Shell's style. It's just fun. But then the actual articulation and the quality of the craftsmanship of the action figures, chef's kiss. Really well-made figures. Their joints are buttery smooth. And then you throw in on top of that all the great looks and accessories, the swap out parts and pieces. You've got a really dynamic figure. And just this looks full on like a Metal Gear Solid character. Well, it's Sniper Wolf, basically. A very underdressed Sniper Wolf. Bit of a Metal Gear Solid 5 quiet vibe going on here as well. If she was gazed through an even more gratuitous eye, which I'm fine with. This is great. I really, really dig it. Snail Shell, you don't miss, and this is a further example of that. I'm a big fan. Oh, I think also, let me just check. Does this figure have a puffy tail? This figure has a puffy tail! Yep, okay. Close the voting. All right, figure of the year, right there. I am an easily swayed person. Mezco, you really kept this one under the radar. This was almost a surprise. Well, it was a surprise drop for me. The leader. So we had this leader figure revealed just in a cabinet randomly at, I think it was maybe San Diego Comic-Con a couple of months ago, and there was very little fanfare for it. It was just like, oh yes, leader, nice. But it's the leader. That's like one of the big bad A-list villains of the Marvel Universe. Or at least I feel like he is. And Mezco, perfect timing. Synergy, people. That's what we want. We've got the Mezco Hulk up for pre-order now. Now we've got the Mezco leader as well. And I like the look of him. He's a little bit kind of basic, I suppose, because he's just a body with a green head. You know, there's nothing too crazy that they've done with him. But I think they've kind of done that in order to keep very beholden to the original classic kind of yellow and orange jumpsuit costume design. It really is the Marvel legend zhuzhed up. But also they've given him some nice accessories as well. A couple of gadgets, big blaster, the tiara type thing that he wears for, I don't know, I assume there's some mind control going on there. But also with 3 different heads as well. I like what they're doing with the different expressions. I would have loved for one of the heads to have been Broccoli Head leader. That's the only thing I feel is really missing from this, because he ain't cheap. Mezco's never are. I think this is going for 119. I'll double check that, but I think it's 119. For that price, it's not enough to just give us 3 of the same type of head with slightly different expressions. I want a broccoli head. But then again, Mezco do like doing version 2s of their characters. So I could totally see a V2 version of the leader with that more 1980s, 1990s style, gnarly, swollen, gross-looking broccoli head, which honestly, I'd want to buy in a heartbeat. So as for this one, I think I might take a step back and be like, okay, Dave, you do love your Mezcos. Lord knows I do. But do you absolutely need the leader? Might hold fire on this one, because I don't think it's sold out yet. Again, it's not one of their more hype releases. So I can kind of sit back and, assess the situation, and maybe I'll get him somewhere down the line. So says the leader. Or me, specifically. But then it's a one-man show, so I guess I am the leader. Back once again and here to stay due to popular demand. Genuinely, I'm bringing back cosplay cover artist and artist alley as well, which is kind of fun. Like, I stopped doing it because I was like, does anyone really care if I do these segments or not? And it turns out, yeah, folks missed these. So there you go. Power to the people. So first of all, for Artist Alley, I thought I would feature someone who I've featured before, but I'm a big fan of their work. So You're a Crab gets a shout out here on Model Behavior. I just love his style. The problem with doing these, it's not really a problem, but I'm not, an artistic connoisseur. I can't say, oh, well, it harkens back to the work of the Caravaggio. I'm like, nah, looks good. And it does. I just love his take on superheroes and other characters in general. You're a Crab. Keep on doing what you're doing. It's always awesome work. And speaking of someone who I've featured before, but I just wanted to get back into doing these with characters and people who I'm like, yeah, I am kind of a fan myself. We've got Breelina, both of these creators over on Instagram, of course. Go give them a follow. Breelina, absolutely incredible cosplay. It kind of makes me harken to the days when we used to have magazines like FHM and stuff, where it would always be like the model of the month on the front cover. And if we had like a nerdy version of that, that would have been really cool. Then again, maybe that's kind of like what this video cast is. A video cast? Yeah, I think I just invented a new word. There you go. Anyway, go follow Breelina. She's doing great work. And folks, that does it for Good News for today. Thank you so much for watching. What did you think about the items covered? And also, what do you think about the non-green screen episodes? I'm still trying to play around and workshop with these. I think I need some better lighting. It's getting a little bit dark around here, so I'll play around with that. But if you like the more sort of realistic feeling, because I don't feel like I'm in a mystery vortex now, I'm kind of like in the real world. So anyway, yeah, let me know what you think about that, and that's it. And then you can go about your business. So gang, thank you so much for watching. All these people going up the side of me, they're all channel members, and they all allow me to make these videos. So guys, thank you so much. I'd call you out by name, but I have no idea who's going up the side of me right now. But if you want to get yourself a channel membership, then you can help support the show, and I will be able to spot you when we're doing the live streams even easier. So gang, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, keep displaying model behavior. That's good time.
I wanted to come and be like, let's do this thing!
Yeah, come on! Way!
Ooh, hello.
That's a little gift ski.
What?
Yeah, it's funny, we were talking about...
Cup of coffee, big time.